एषः अर्णवः सः स्वमित्रं प्रति अनुरागं प्रति एकं निमन्त्रणपत्रं लिखति. Arnav wants to write a letter to Anurag inviting him for his birthday party. So let's see how to write this letter in Sanskrit. The letter should start with a address followed by greeting Priyamitra Anuraga, then body of the letter and signed by Tava Priyamitram Arnavaha. Now we will see line by line how to fill the words from the Manjusha. The Manjusha has these words in it: Agamishyanti, Pratiksham, Namaste, Parivarena, Kushalam, Preeti Bhojaha, and Janmadinam. So, according to the requirement of the sentence, we will be filling these words one by one.
So here's our very first blank. Arnav has written Supreme, which means with love. Now, what do you think would naturally follow with love at the start of a friendly letter? We're definitely looking for some kind of greeting, something like hello. Go ahead and take a peek at our toolkit. And there it is. Namaste. It's just a perfect fit. In Sanskrit letter writing, Saprema Namaste is a classic go-to combination. It's warm, it's respectful, and it just creates this wonderful, friendly vibe from the get-go. Fantastic! One blink down, a few more to go. The letter now has this beautiful opening, Saprem Namaste. See? We're already making great progress. Arnam's going to be so pleased. Okay, let's move on to the next line. Now, this is a super common phrase you'll see. The sentence starts with Atra Kushalam, which means here all is well. Then it wants to wish the exact same thing for Tatra, which means there. So what word do you think we're looking for to complete that pattern? Yep, it has to be Kushalam again. This is a great example of the beautiful balance and symmetry you find all over Sanskrit. The writer says, hey, I'm doing well, and in the very same breath, wishes the same for the other person. It's such a lovely, empathetic thought that's just built right into the structure of the greeting. All right, with all the pleasantries out of the way, it is time to get to the good stuff. The whole reason for the letter. The party. Okay, so the letter says, next week, it is my, and then we've got a blank. This is the main event. So what kind of celebration is Arnav having? Time to consult our word box. Exactly. It's his Janmadinam, his birthday. This is the anchor for the whole invitation. If you look at our toolkit, it's really the only word that describes a personal celebration like this, so it has to be the one. So we know it's a birthday, but what exactly is the plan? The sentence tells us that something is organized at the house at 6 p.m. So what do you think is being organized for a birthday? The word we're looking for is Preeti Bhojaha. Now, this is one of those things I just love about Sanskrit. It translates simply as dinner party, but the literal meaning is a love feast. How wonderful is that? It reminds us it's not just about the food, it's a feast shared with love, which is just the perfect sentiment for a birthday, isn't it? And just like that, we're at the halfway point. Take a look. We figured out the greetings. We know what the main event is. This invitation is really taking shape. Let's keep this momentum going. All right, it's time to switch gears a little and put on our proper grammar detective hats. This next section is all about who's coming to the party and what they'll be doing. And that means the word endings are going to be our biggest clues. The sentence tells us all the relatives and then a blank. The subject here, sarve bandha bandhava, is plural. It means they. So we need to find a verb in our toolkit that also means they are doing something. And this is a perfect showcase of subject-verb agreement in Sanskrit. The subject is plural, all the relatives, or they, so we need a verb that ends in nunt. Looking at our toolkit, what do we see? Agamisyanti. They will come is the only one that matches. Bingo. Okay, here is the personal invitation directly to Anurag. It says, you also come with, and then there's a blank. Now, the huge clue here is that tiny little word saha. It just means with, but in Sanskrit, it has a really important job. It actually bosses around the noun that comes right before it. Because with that word saha, the noun before it has to be in what we call the instrumental case. That's just the special form you use for the person or the tool with which you do something. So if we scan our list, which one fits? It's got to be parivarena. See that ana ending? That's our giveaway. That's the sign for the instrumental case. So it means simply with family. We are so close. I can feel it. We've done the greetings, the party details, the guest list. Now let's just help Arnav wrap this invitation up with a really polite and warm closing. So Arnav writes, I will do something for your arrival. What's the logical thing he would do while waiting for his friend Anurag? I mean, what do you do when you're expecting a guest you're really excited to see? The word here is pratiksham, which means the wait or the anticipation. So if we translate it super literally, it's, I will do the waiting for your arrival. But of course, we would just say, I will wait for you. It's just a really warm, personal way to finish the letter, isn't it? And there we have it, our finished masterpiece. Just take a look at what we've accomplished. It starts with that warm, supreme namaste, and it ends with the really heartfelt, I will wait for your arrival. Working together, we've helped Arnav write an absolutely perfect invitation. Fantastic work, everyone. So, what was our detective strategy here? Well, the next time you face a puzzle like this, just remember these 4 simple steps. First, read the whole thing for context. Get the big picture. Second, figure out what kind of word you need. Is it a noun, a verb? Third, hunt for those amazing grammar clues, just like we did with the word endings. And finally, use the process of elimination. It's a game plan that makes pretty much any puzzle solvable. So we helped Arnav with his birthday invitation. And that was a lot of fun. But it gets me thinking, what other kinds of stories can letters tell? You know, maybe a postcard from a trip or a letter of congratulations? What would you be curious to explore next in the world of Sanskrit letters? Thanks so much for solving this puzzle with me. I'll see you next time.